So I took some time just to be quiet today and took some time to pray, to read the Word, get caught up on my Bible reading. Was crying a while, and then I just realized, everything's going to be okay, and the Lord is with us, and I received so many emails of encouragement, great words, thank you, people from all over the world. Really, I was kind of surprised that had people writing me from the Netherlands and South Africa and India and the Philippines and just all over the world. It's just amazing that there are people watching my videos like all over the world. So, they were, everybody's been very encouraging. So thank you. Now, some people wanted me to take a look at this, and I normally follow the Hebrew calendar because, like, throughout history, everything that is, when they have events that happen and a Hebrew date is given, it always goes back to the Hebrew calendar that is used in Israel, right? But the one thing that does end up happening in the Hebrew calendar is that the calendars are all pre-planned. They don't actually wait for the sighting of the new moon to begin the month. So they just go ahead and they push forward based on, at the beginning of the year they already have their calendar done for all 12 months. While at the same time the Torah calendar waits for the new moon and is more faithful in that regard. Usually it either lines up to be the same day or it lines up to be the next day. But here we have an interesting situation in November, the new month of the new moon of the ninth month, where it's not a 1 day difference, it's a 2 day difference. And so here is the situation that makes me wonder, okay? Makes me wonder if quite possibly Hanukkah it goes 2 more days. Now, okay, here's the situation. November 20th, 2025. After sunset, according to the Hebrew calendar, this is the first day of Kislev. So I went in and I looked at, when was the new moon spotted in Israel? And this is what came out. The new moon in Israel for November 2025 was around Thursday, November 20th, 2025, with the actual astronomical conjunction happening in the afternoon. In other words, this was the dark moon phase. The moon had not been sighted yet, but according to them, this was going to be the new moon day. But it was not sighted with the naked eye in Israel until Saturday, November 22nd. Wow, 2 days, okay, 2 days. As I was leading up to Hanukkah, I did not take all of this into consideration because we had been seeing all of the signs pointing to the 21st, 22nd, Comet Atlas on the 19th, and all of that lining up to be midweek Hanukkah and the 7th and 8th days of Hanukkah. But so Hanukkah on the Hebrew calendar is December 14th through December 22nd. So according to the Hebrew calendar that they follow in Israel, Hanukkah is over. But if we go according to the new moon in November 22nd, which would mean the Torah calendar was correct, that the first crescent moon was November 22nd, that this would be the first day of Kislev, the 9th month, and then according to the Torah calendar, Hanukkah did not begin until December 16th. the 25th day of Kislev, December 16th through December 17th. And then you go on and you come to, the fourth day of Hanukkah is still the 19th through the 20th. It's still there with Comet Atlas. And then the fifth day would be the 20th to the 21st. And then you have the new moon sighting of December 21st, which is exactly where it was. The new moon was spotted on the day of the solstice. This is correct. Okay. And so the fifth day of Hanukkah takes you into the 21st. The sixth day of Hanukkah is the 21st through the 22nd. The seventh day of Hanukkah is the 22nd through the 23rd. And the eighth day of Hanukkah would be the 23rd through the 24th. Okay. And, I've been watching very, very diligently and closely. And Hanukkah to me was, over on December 22nd. But I did not take into consideration when the actual new moon was spotted. And according to, God's time clock, maybe the Torah calendar is better than the preset Hebrew calendar. Now, I went here to Deborah's Ancient Path New Moon page, and I wanted to see when she had the new moon of the ninth month. Okay, so the ninth new moon has been seen.
Shabbat's finished. Everybody's screaming up and down the roads now. But there's the new moon for tonight, for this month.
And so this was a 16-second live stream she did. She was filming the new moon. It was the first day of the new moon, and she filmed this on November 22nd. November 22nd. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure, about this. If this is something we need to still consider, I think, I would say if we're safe, we should consider this to be safe. To consider that maybe maybe Hanukkah is not over until Christmas Eve, December 24th. What comes to mind is last year on Christmas Eve, the Vatican opened the portal. That was Christmas Eve, the first portal of all the portals they were opening. Maybe that was the sign to the elite and to the Freemasons, to the Illuminati, when the portal would open on December 24th. So according to the Torah calendar. So take this with a grain of salt. Take it to the Lord. Pray about it. And we'll keep watching and see what else comes up. I mean, if I wanted to dig into stuff, I'm sure we could have tons of stuff for tomorrow. Tons of stuff for Wednesday. We could continue putting together all of the information. I mean, we're right here where everything was lining up from the day the earth rang like a bell, and from the beginning of the war, and from the beginning of Israel and Rabbi Kaduri, and we had hundreds of connections leading everything to right now where we are, and so, well, here we are. And if this is the case, then the new moon was on the 21st, then the eighth day of Hanukkah would also be the third day. So you have the eighth day, the last day, you have the third day, the wedding on the third day. Be prepared for the third day. All right, guys, that's all I have to share right now. Thank you for your encouragement. I pray you guys are all blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People, the sign of His coming revealed.